Alright everyone, today we are talking about the humble gretchins. So, these little guys are pretty much a must-have for any orc players. They are extremely cheap in terms of points, but also in terms of actual money to buy them. You have a lot of figurine for what a pretty good, decent price. They are pretty easy to build, extremely easy to paint, and very useful in any game. So, these nice little fellows are basically going to farm you some command point in any game that you want to play. And for anyone new in a Warhammer 40k, like I am a noob at this still. But yeah, command point, very useful. It gives you a lot of abilities in game. So having a way to actually farm that is pretty good. Other than that, again, in terms of raw points, having like 10 dudes on the map for 40 points is really good. Now this comes with a drawback. They are pretty weak in terms of raw stats. So you will see the gretchin and the runturd. Now you're gonna be like, what the hell is a runturd? These guys, these big boss. The Lord of the Lashes says nay, nay, nay. Where there's a whip, there's a way. So yeah, basically the runturds, they are the boss of the gretchin. And then this guy is the boss of the runturd. And I will talk about him in a second. But yeah, the gretchins, first of all, the figurines are extremely fun. There's a lot of little jokes in there. They are pretty comedic, I will say. And again, they were pretty easy to paint. They're pretty old in terms of figurine for what I've seen, but that's not a bad thing. It's a pretty good thing, I think, because they are pretty funny and don't fix what's not broken type of mentality. But yeah, so the runturd, they come in two different options. So since I bought the gretchin set twice, I have two runturd now. And yeah, they're basically like boys, but fat, I guess. They have quite the chunky belly, I will say. Look, he's been drinking a few more beer than he should have. But so let's talk about the abilities. So the slugger, pretty basic, pretty okay, I will say. Not like toughness of the gretchin. Like basically anything that wants to kill a gretchin is supposed to be able to kill a gretchin. Don't grow attached to them. They will be slaughtered if you put them in the front line. So they are more of a backline unit, really. They are there to create a nuisance and to farm XP. That's basically what they're good at. So as you can read at the start of your command phase, roll 1d6 for each objective marker you control that has one or more units from your army with this ability within range of it. If one of more of these roll is a 4 or plus, you gain 1 command point, so that's pretty good. And the runturd, I think it says that while all the units are still alive, you have the toughness characteristic of a 2 or something. So yeah. You kind of have either 10 or 20 of these guys in a unit, so I could have like all these guys in a big massive unit like that. And basically you can see it like this. These gretchin are basically the life points of the runtard, because they are the big damage dealer of these units. But honestly, it's the weakest, probably the weakest part of the orc army, but they are useful. I almost always put them on my map just because they're so cheap that and they are so useful that there is no reason not to put them. Will they get killed by absolutely everything? Of course, but it's okay. It's, you know, it's a meat shield. You place them to annoy an enemy threat and to gain a little bit of time. But if you want them to be a little bit better, this is where this guy comes from. Now, compared to the gear of the, well, you know, for the gun, slugger, not a lot to say about that. But it's all the abilities that makes him good, as well as his actual weapon. So his claw have like 5 attacks, really easy to hit on this, decent strength, decent AP, and 2 of damage. So you can basically do 10 damage with this guy alone. And now if you put him right here with all of these guys, not only you have like 18 gretchin, you also have the 2 runtard, and you have this guy. Now damage start to stack up, because every time all this bunch of guys attack, it's like 20 dude shooting this slugger pistol, those grot blast pistol. So a 4+, that's doesn't seem like a lot, but for orcs, extremely good. Strength is very bad, but you can hope to hurt a regular human being with that. And you know, imagine if you only have like 5 out of these 18 guys that have shot well, you just did 5 damage for the shooting round. And then after that, you know, with the damage, the weapon damage, that's pretty good too, you know. So if a few of these do some damage, that's pretty good. And then you add this guy up with a very decent chance to do a lot of decent damage. And believe it or not, this little army begin to make a lot of sense. I've killed some Grey Knights with these. I wiped like half a deep strike army with these little fellows. And there's a lot of way to use them. They don't have to be in the back line. You can actually use them in front line. Also, with this guy, you have the Feel No Pain 6+ ability. It's not crazy good, but it's something. And yeah, you give them more strength and make them scout better, and yeah, basically when this guy is with your gretchin, they're a little bit tougher to kill. So all of this makes a quite little considerable army to deal with. Again, they're not your main army. I wouldn't suggest you to run like 10,000 freaking gretchin everywhere, but you know, it's considerable. Like for all of this, you can have all of this, I think, for less than 200 point, because 40, 80, 120, and I think this guy is like 80 point. So yeah, all of this for only 200 points. That's a very good army right there. Imagine all of this. Imagine having to try to take care of all of this, and then you have a lot of bigger threat going on with the orcs. So these guys, they're perfect for a little distraction and farming, command points, and basically being a nuisance. People don't deep strike on me because there's the gretchin there. So they physically stop any incursions. It's not that they're strong; they're really easy to kill. Don't get me wrong, like everything will be able to kill your gretchin. Don't put your gretchin in front of an enemy thinking the gretchin will survive. No, the gretchin is there to shield better units in your orc army. And yeah, overall they're pretty cool. I like them. I am playing them almost every game, I will say. So if you're new at Warhammer and new at the orc army, I would suggest you to get a few of these because they're pretty cool and pretty useful. So thanks for watching. I will see you all pretty soon in the next one. I hope you've learned something new, and I hope you're having fun. Goodbye.